second day of Christmas, so nobody gives a shit.
Isn't today called Boxing Day or something like that in Canada?
I think it's
Canada,
Boxing
I
Day
know.
in America too. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I'm ashamed to admit I don't know my Canadian holidays that well.
You should be ashamed. I should be more ashamed. I grew up in Detroit.
Mini Canada?
There's reasons to be ashamed
Yes,
for that.
I currently live in the state which is like as far south as you can get from Canada.
I
Still be-
agree, and yet there's still Canadians here.
Oh,
Jesus
lots of them.
Christ.
It's true.
Well, I mean, if I grew up in Canada, I would want to get away from all the snow as well.
Canada, America's
Canada.
hat.
Let's not get carried off too much now. I mean, well, you kind of threw me off on a loop here because I usually do my intro at this point, but you bastard.
We've ruined it. We're super sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It always happens. I'm kind of used to it by now.
I'm just happy I didn't have to intro my own stream. Somebody else did it.
Yes. Anyway, I can still salvage it because I am tough. I am Walter Richards from The Game Train. Yeah!
Nice.
Which is why I said you already were subscribed to me, you silly bastard.
I think that was me.
Yes.
I think I was signed in officially as Sector 13 and subscribed to everybody's channels.
Nice.
Today we're doing a very special thing, at least for the Game Train's case, because the Game Train is known for some of the oldest and least interesting games of all time. This time around we're gonna play something so new, it's not even out of the oven yet. It's like eating bread while it's still dough.
Everyone's gonna get so.
This game is called Sector 13, and it's made by people, not aliens. I suppose these people should probably introduce themselves, because I'll probably fuck something up, and I don't know. Go
Well,
right ahead.
my name is Ryan, and I made a thing.
Oh shit.
Hi, Ryan.
I'm the program. I'm one of the programmers on the project, and
Okay.
and that's what I do. I write code, and sometimes I make some graphics, but mostly I write code.
Hi, I'm Drew. I do lots of art. Ryan and I were the two kind of founding members of Reactor Interactive. We also have Jay on the call, who's probably the oldest member of Reactor Interactive besides Ryan and myself. But anytime you see a spaceship or fly into an asteroid or a space station or whatever, I probably made it with the help of a really great team.
Okay, so if I accidentally clip through a rock, then I know who to blame.
Yes,
Yeah, my bad.
you will
Your
clip through a
flipping
rock,
abilities.
but we're gonna call that a feature.
Oh,
Yes.
of course.
It's like a special ability.
It's that new trend people do nowadays. Instead of calling things bugs, we call them features.
It just
I
works.
I prefer the term unplanned functionality.
Yes.
Oh, well, I would have said a sudden bout of intelligent AI.
Yes.
Works
The
for
game
me.
is playing
Decided
for
that
you.
is how it should work.
Right now, the game is pretty bare bones, but that's to be expected. It's still early access, probably not even officially out yet, from what I understand. Still
Yeah,
got a Kickstarter running.
Yeah, we're not even on Steam Early Access yet, and we're not actually sure if we're going to do that or not. We're not sure if we still have to sort of come up with a plan and a good justification for doing early access. But we did just recently get greenlit on Steam, so the game will definitely be coming to Steam at some point in the future.
Oh yeah.
And if you check the cards and links below in my channel, I do have the Kickstarter link as well as the main webpage links and the Steam Greenlight links.
Awesome! Thank you so much.
To the poor individuals on my channel who are wondering right now, what cards? Don't worry, there's another guy streaming at the moment. Everything is under control. But it doesn't really matter right now how bare bones or not bare bones this game is, because we're here to do one thing that matters. Play this bitch.
Yes, and blow shit up.
Oh, yes.
I am all for blowing shit up.
Indeed. So, Vitalis, are you? Let's see. Do you want to host the match?
Well, yes, I will. But you seem to be mistaking my name.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name on YouTube again?
Walter Richards. Or you can just use Victor. Also works.
Victor.
I like Victor.
I like the game train.
Any of them works, really. Okay, let's see. Host options. I guess I'll host them. We'll give it 15 minutes, because unlimited time is kind of weird. We gotta see who wins. And I guess we'll stick to classic deathmatch, because I'm guessing all the other match types are kind of broken right now.
Yeah. Just leave all of the the host settings at default, and then when you get to pick theater, just pick the third one.
Ah, the Neo Vegir.
Veggie?
I like the way you pronounce that. Maybe that'll
Grumpy
be
Sam's Neo Vegir 3. It kind of looks like Saturn if it was dyed a bit red.
Yeah, it was kind of the idea.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that.
It's covered in the blood of our enemies.
Saturn is known to be a very dangerous location if you fly your spaceship into it. I know that from personal experience.
Sure.
And once you start hosting or join the game, you are given this neat little interface to choose your ship and faction, by the looks of it. The faction names are definitely unique. I can't say that I've seen something like that before. Let's hope I can actually pronounce some of these correctly, because some of the names, like the Daytrex, kind of confuse me a little bit.
That was perfect.
Oh. Shit.
Well done.
Well done, you earn a medal for nobody gives a shit. From what I can see, we got a few neat little ships that you can already use. About 4 in fact. And 2 of them are currently missing. They're still in development, I guess. We got some stats. And there's this neat little ship in the background. I'm guessing that's where we spawn.
Yep.
Alright. Wow, this is pretty self-explanatory so far.
Good deal.
And the
Hey, did you get
configure
the-
hardpoint still doesn't do jack and shit.
Nope, we haven't
No.
developed the hardpoint system yet, but that's coming real soon.
Yes, we'll get to that soon enough. From what I see, all 4 starships have the exact same stats.
Yeah, the stats. They don't actually
balance.
have the same stats, but the display of their stats is static. It's just meant to
I see.
be a representation.
Well, because I am
You know-
cool
you know,
and
it's-
edgy, I'm gonna try Hell Folly.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Oh yes,
You'll die
let's
a
get
lot in that
dangerous.
Hell Folly is one of the. It has no shields. It's the only ship in the game that has no shields.
That explains the folly part.
Indeed, but it's powerful in every other category.
We'll see how powerful this thing is. How do I know if I'm locked on? Do I see this red reticle and it says it's locked?
Yeah, and then
There you
if
go.
Alright.
Oh god! Everything's
Fire
so
missiles.
fast.
fire your missiles,
Oh
have
yes.
a lock, they'll home in.
Things are gonna get real fast. Did you know that I'm a pro at Hawks?
That makes you pro at every other flying game ever.
Yes.
What confuses me a little bit is the way you speed up and speed down. In Hawks, you would have to hold your W and S keys to speed up and speed down. Here, you only have to press them once to set your thrust profile to a particular speed.
I have no idea what just happened to me.
It's kind of a neat thing, but at the same time, it confuses the old Hawks players a little bit.
Yeah, we've actually had lengthy discussions about that, and what we've arrived at as a decision about throttle control is that you will have the choice between holding it down or tapping it, to set the current thrust profile.
I suppose the thrust profile thing works the best. I mean, they are in space. It's kind of hard to slow down when there's no friction.
If you notice, when you do slow down, you'll see some reverse thrusters fire out the front of your ship. It's hard to
Reverse-
see unless you're turning, but
Oh,
Yes, I actually need to first get to myself in front of a ship to see that.
You know, we actually experimented with the other throttle type where where you hold to decelerate or hold up to accelerate. And I was one of the people advocating for the click style method. I found it much easier to set myself to one of like 3 different velocities and have it stay there until I click to go up or down. But you'll also notice if you're flying with a game pad that has like a clickable thumbstick or whatever the equivalent would be on a joystick that you're using, that activates the afterburner.
Oh, geez, it does.
Yeah, you'll notice that our afterburner technique is a little bit unusual in that so games of this type often intrinsically have issues with like jousts, as we call them, where you end up just flying straight towards one another, or in a turning battle where both of you are just constantly turning, trying to get behind the other.
Oh, like the usual deathmatch games in Hawks.
Yeah,
Except I'm the one who keeps turning around.
but I really wanted to solve that problem. Like we didn't want the game to basically devolve into constant turning battles, and a lot of the game's design is actually around mitigating those types of issues. Even the arena design, just the fact that we have so much interactivity with the arena itself between the asteroids, the ships, space stations, whatever, that you can go in there and actually fly and cover and things, are meant to try and add some depth and some strategy beyond just constantly in a turning battle with someone else or just constantly trying to jockey for position. The hardpoint system was also meant to try and help the joust situation. We're going to have a lot of defensive hardpoints that are activated during turns or when someone is behind you. And that afterburner technique, when you first begin it, you'll notice you actually come to a dead stop. You'll see your reverse thrusters fire and bring you to a complete halt. At that point in time, you actually have the ability to orient yourself at 300% your normal maneuverability. But you only have about a split second to do it before your afterburners kick in and take you to about 300% normal velocity. So it was designed to let you stop in place, figure out where you want to go, and then blast off in that direction at super high velocity. And we have found that it actually, when activated in the middle of those turning battles and jousts, you'd be surprised how quickly it ends the situation.
Sounds
we also have a
pretty
special
interesting.
maneuver button planned, which is the usual like barrel rolls, kick flips, those sorts of things, all of which are designed to try and bring more of the first-person shooter type of feel to the fact that you're in a space fighter.
I will admit the death spirals are pretty amazing.
Gotcha.
There
You
are
notice those
actually
are not-
about 12 fighters in game right now. If you die, you get the option to click on any of the names for the different corporations. So we have 2 fighters per corporation.
I keep trying to
And then
press
there-
Q to lock on.
Press Q to what?
To lock on? Oh yeah. See, our lock-on mechanic is just get your reticule on the target for about a second and a half, and you'll be locked. There's no need. You can cycle targets. You can cycle whoever your current primary target is, but the lock-on mechanic itself is just keep your reticule on them for a second or so.
I'm still here, right?
Yep.
Yes.
That's interesting because the game just froze, sort of. I can still do things with the menu, but everything else is kind of frozen.
Oh, weird. Let me try and find you.
It just froze for me too.
Oh,
Yeah,
weird.
I think I
had that
lost all
twice
the
already.
players in the arena.
I'm
Just back out to the main menu and come back into the game.
I'm still here, so
Alright.
I see Eggnoggin. Who's Eggnoggin?
Lou,
Lou. You're not Pesos Dollar?
I just changed it. Got a little more festive.
Nice.
So just exit. Oh, hang on.
Alright, I'm back in action. Yes, I am. Oh, Jesus. Just spawn in and suddenly all the crashing and bashing happens into the damn ship.
oh jeez.
Oops.
Why is there so many unknowns all of a sudden?
Yeah,
Oh, man,
that's
it's good fun.
that's the bug I was hoping that you could avoid actually by hosting. Since you've had to drop and rejoin, you'll probably see a bunch of unknown targets out there. Those are gremlins. We have no idea what they're coming from yet.
Oh.
Another bug we have to
Gremlins?
fix.
Oh.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure I like the sound of that.
There are quite a few unknowns. Jeez.
Who's Caboose?
That's me.
You're Caboose?
I'm gonna see if I can shut the game down completely. and
Shit.
rejoin.
Sorry, Carnae.
Oh,
it was your
geez.
time to die.
Someone committed stupicide.
That's not even the direction I should have blown up in.
Yeah, you'll notice when you start to explode, we haven't set up like the parent-child relationships yet between the different pieces that your ship blows into. So unfortunately, like sometimes the very middle piece will blow apart, and all your wings will still kind of be attached like to nothing.
Well, I lost a wing. That I should have been that should have been shot off. But I kind of started flying in a death rattle backwards.
Yeah,
Nice.
that happens, especially if you're still manipulating the camera. Even during your death spiral, you're still able to manipulate the camera, and you'll notice like the relative position of the flame trails and things are relative to the
Oh.
camera, so it'll look like you're going in the wrong direction. But you know, the whole death system or the whole explosion system is really robust. So we'll be working on making it ever more impressive because it's all about blowing stuff
Oh
up.
shit.
Exactly. Yeah, I locked onto something that was like way off into space.
Yeah, that's probably one of those gremlins. Even if
Yeah.
it's got somebody's name on it,
If you exit out and rejoin, then it
sometimes it cleans those up.
Oh,
yeah,
it was
cleaned it up for me today.
It was good.
Oh,
I was
it's
just I was in a death spiral again. I seem to get into those a lot.
Who's shooting me?
So Carne, I happen to know that Assada is spelled like Assada.
Yes.
That's on purpose.
Well, all right. Here's the thing. A lot of people always ask me the story about how I even got that name, and way back when I first got my 360, I was trying to come up with a gamer tag, and it was back when Taco Bell had first put out their Carne Asada taquitos. And so for about 3-4 hours of the day, my stepfather was running around the house just repeating Carne Asada. And I couldn't think of a name for the life of me. And he came up behind me, puts his head on my shoulder, and whispers in my ear, Carne Asada. And so it was. And so I am.
That's not weird at all.
That's the greatest story ever.
Oh,
And-
shit.
Eat it,
that's-
caboose.
That sounds better than my name story. All I did was come up with an idea to combine things that I like. Games and trains.
Nice.
The game train. No, it's one of those names where I'm surprised like it wasn't already taken. It just seems
Yeah,
so
me
obvious.
too,
Like, the
actually.
game train. You'd think somebody would have grabbed that already.
Must have stole it somehow.
The Game Grumps have Steam Train, which is close, but that's still the closest thing I've ever heard to the Game Train, which kind of surprises me as well.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see that nobody has a name like that, which is good for me.
Very good for you.
Somebody's on my ass, Sada.
Indeed. That's a rock. That's a rock.
Your
I went
Marvel
right
ass,
through
yeah.
it. All right, you
Yep.
know what?
The bloody egg, I'll have you. I'll have your soul.
Don't fly through all the space potatoes.
But it's so easy.
Space potatoes. Now
Off my game.
now that you mention it, they kind of do like
Yeah,
it.
I'll work on that texture a little bit.
They look delicious.
With the objective of make it less potato.
Put more bacon bits on it.
I mean, you have these asteroids in the background that look like asteroids, and then there's these ones that look like potatoes. What happened?
Yeah, they don't quite match. Like, part of that was intentional. Part of it was wanting to make it clear what was an actual interactive asteroid and what was part of the background. But I actually think I should gray up the texture a little more of the space potatoes so that they blend in with the ring. And I think it'll still be pretty obvious to the player what's part of the what we call the infinity
killed
layers,
each
or the
other.
layers that you can't actually get to, and what's actually part of the arena.
That was pretty great.
That was pretty great.
It would be great if you could clean up these gremlins, because they keep shitting up my lock.
Oh yeah, because they can't actually be targeted, man. It makes it really hard. Especially like if you're using a gamepad, you can press like what would be X on an Xbox controller to cycle through all the available targets.
I think it's
Which
T
is
or
really,
R.
really helpful.
T or
You
R
can
on the
quickly
keyboard.
exit the game
Oh, Q or
completely
R.
if
Yeah,
it's
maybe
too
we should
much.
start a new match.
I had a
Somebody
ton
Did I
of
hit you or
unknowns.
something? What happened? I started flying backwards.
Yeah, you can actually die backwards or even fly backwards if you get hit in the face by a missile. They can actually knock you around a little bit.
I just watched missiles come out of nowhere.
Let's try to clean
That
up these damn
concerns me.
gremlins.
Does
Let's
everybody
start
want to
again.
back out and maybe let's try Hell's Porch and just see how long that can stay stable for
Yeah, let's give
Yeah.
that a shot.
Sounds good
Yep.
to me.
Okay. Let's see. Escape. Ooh, crap! I just hit it.
Hell's Porch. Of the many wonders of a known galaxy, none are quite so simultaneously beautiful and deadly as the great glitch cluster of black holes known as Hell's Porch. Blah blah blah.
Glitch cluster. I like that.
Hey, I don't remember writing that. Oh, wait a minute.
It is a glitch cluster.
That's exactly
this-
what it is.
This arena is actually has some problems with it, so it probably won't stay stable before it all sucks us into a black hole.
Oh, good.
You know, I think it's
Again,
already
unintended
being.
functionality.
I think it's already unstable. I tried to spawn in, but all I see is a cinematic view of my spawning ship.
Let's all back out to the desktop, and we'll try to start from total scratch here.
Okay.
Okay. Damn it, I'll need another countdown for this. I do this to sync up the audio.
Oh, I gotcha.
Are you doing the Audacity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it helps me a lot because, well, it's the way I work.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I was doing my Condemned Criminal Origins series, but then when I only got like 3 to 4 views per video, I was like, no, I'm good.
Oh, so that's how I afterburner with the keyboard. It's tab. Why is it tab? Isn't that what you used to see the scoreboard or something?
Yeah.
He's
Ryan.
creating the match.
Maybe, shit, what's his name again? Casserole
Reactor.
Man should try. Shit, I forgot the name. I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's a foreign language to me too.
It keeps happening to me.
Great, now I'm casserole, man.
Casserole?
That should be your call sign.
God damn it, alright.
Just meat casserole.
Sure, why not? But yeah, why don't you try hosting this time around? Give it a shot.
Sure, one sec. Let me just change myself to meat casserole.
Let me just grab my casserole. Hold on, I gotta make my countdown now, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, what's the
Alright.
Hell's Porch? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
No,
Hell's
it's okay.
Okay.
Let's try the Hell's Porch one more time. Maybe now we won't get stuck inside the ship waiting for permission to launch. I can't let you do that, Halder.
No, Dave.
All right, let's see. If we have a Carnae Assada in the game, then clearly I need to be Carnitas. Carnitas Verde.
I'm gonna be Chalupa Batman.
Chalupa Batman? What?
And Al Pastor.
I'm not sure I.
Out
I'm not sure I follow.
There's this show that we like. There's this show here in the States that we really like called The League. It's about American football. And they
Oh,
have
the hand egg.
the
Yes.
hand egg.
Yes,
that is
hand egg.
So this
Funny.
the one of the main characters, his wife was pregnant, and he had a bet going whoever won their fantasy football league got to name the baby. And of course, his like barely functional, like severely autistic brother wins the league that year and gets to name the baby, and he names him Chalupa
Chalupa
Batman. And that's what they had to give him for a legal name.
Fucking Chalupa Batman. That makes no fucking sense.
It's Chalupa Batman. We also have a game show here called The Wheel of Fortune, where people just like guess letters to try and solve a puzzle.
Ah yes, the Wheel of Fortune, where many fortunes go to die.
The Wheel of Fortune. There was a Family Guy spoof of Wheel of Fortune where the main character, it's his turn to like guess letters,
Oh,
and he's
jeez.
like, "I'll take
Shit.
a Q, a Z, give me another Z, yeah, one more Z, and the Batman symbol." he like guesses all these letters that like no one ever guesses because they're never used, and of course he solves the puzzle on the first try.
But of course.
Are you seriously Chalupa Batman?
I seriously am.
Yes, he is.
Because I want that to show up in videos and stuff and have people be like,
Yep.
"Oh, I get it."
Carnitas verde.
Somebody hit me with a missile that sent me flying straight to the side and into a wall. That's
That was awesome. I saw it happen because
Eggnog?
Eggnoggin stole my kill.
I'm not quite sure how the
We could
locking
net.
still works. It
Eat
shows what I
casserole.
lock on.
No,
I shoot
no.
the rockets, but
I was going in for
nothing really
repair.
happens.
Some of the ships don't actually require a lock. They just require that the projectile get close enough to your target before they sort of home in. Those should show that you have a lock all the time, and you're either going to be firing a green projectile or a pink projectile.
yeah, you're Sage Blinga, right? I'm
Purple. not
Yep.
pink.
trying to
Oh,
catch
God.
it, see what better you're
Oh, I'm
flying.
good.
Where'd you go?
Off to the far reaches of a galaxy where you'll never find me.
Oh man, somebody sure just found me. Crap. So you'll notice you can fly into these space stations. All of them have some sort of interactivity, some spot where you can fly in or around, including the big one in the middle. There's a couple different hidden chambers inside that you can actually go in there and fly around. Including way up at the top, right below those three rings, are these little oval openings. You can go in the main tower and fly straight down it.
I see this yellow symbol next to the people. I suppose that's a lock-on for the other gun, like the laser turret.
Yeah, that's the lead indicator. So if you aim your reticule at that, your reticule will sort of magnetize to it, and when it does that, and you pull the right trigger or you hit the space.
Shit, how do I land? Never mind.
Then all of those projectiles are a guaranteed hit. So as long as your reticule is sort of magnetized to that yellow symbol next to your target, and you fire your main guns, they will all be hits.
Alright, sounds pretty cool. A bit easier than in Hawks, but it's good enough.
Who's Meat Casserole?
Because
Carnae.
Carnae.
in Hawks you actually have to
No.
keep leading your shot manually, as far as I remember, which made it a lot more difficult to use the machine gun on the planes, but also made it all the more satisfying to kill someone with it.
Right. Yeah, we originally had it that way, and we had been having a lot of trouble synchronizing it over the network because everything happens so quickly. So this was sort of our solution. We're not sure if this will be the permanent solution or not,
Well,
but
it could be a thing for the future, I guess.
Yeah, it makes it pretty accessible now for a
Ouch.
larger number of players, who aren't necessarily as familiar with space combat games or Hawks or anything.
Yeah, Hawks isn't exactly something you can easily get into nowadays. Thank you, Ubisoft, piece of shit.
Oh, did they shut down server support for it?
I think so.
Could be, but what I was getting at is fucking Uplay. They ruined Hawks 2 because of it.
Yeah,
it
Uplay
sucks.
sucks.
You wanna play that game? I don't feel like it.
It's like
Yeah,
the
the-
early days of Steam, except that they haven't gotten out of it.
It's
Oh
like
my God.
Origin if EA gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
Origin's not that bad, but then again, all I play is single-player games on Origin, so.
Yeah, same here.
Origins
had
is not
some-
too bad, actually. Yeah, it just fails to connect most of the time.
I have an Origin account, but I can't remember the password, and I remember that my account name was something horrid against EA, so I don't dare ask them for it. I'm
Can you
screwed.
reset my password? Sure. What's your username? EA blows goats.
Well, I had the same thing happen where for some reason my Blizzard account it kept getting hacked, and so I finally changed the password to something like what was it? It was like Blizzard can suck my D, and I forgot that I even changed it to that, and so I had to get a hold of them and ask them to reset my password. Well, apparently they can see your old password, and so they were like, "So this happens a lot, huh?" Yeah.
No. Why do you ask?
They actually ended up sending me one of the what was it, the authenticators for free because it happened to me so many times.
Oh, that's kind of useful.
It's not quite as insulting as them just sending you a piece of paper and a pen.
I'm taking credit for that kill, Chalupa. I don't care if you committed stupicide. That was awesome.
I keep trying out these different fighters, but I'm not
Someone
really
else
feeling the
found it to a
difference right
wall.
now.
Oh,
Meat casserole flies past me at like 1 billion miles an hour. Then I see his name pop up on the stupid side list, and I'm like,
I'll say this in the interest of full disclosure. Before doing these Let's Play with everybody, I did go in and tweak a lot of the Starfighter stats to make them basically like all a similar archetype for now, to try and make sure that everybody who played had fun before we begin the real... We have like a master balance sheet where all the Starfighters are mathematically balanced against each other via all the different weighted attributes and things. But that's going to take a lot of work. And
I can imagine.
yeah, in the name of accessibility, especially for while we have guest players, I just wanted to make sure that we had Starfighters that were as fun to fly as possible and as intuitive to fly as possible. But we do have quite a few different archetypes. I designed the fighters around the idea of like the battlefield system, the battlefield class system, how you have like assault, engineer, medic, etc. I wanted the starfighters to fulfill similar archetypes in that we'll have like interceptors, tactical fighters, strike fighters, fighter bombers, and they should all feel similar within the archetype while having their own, strengths and weaknesses depending on which faction you're flying. Especially when we get into objective-based game modes, if a capital ship is the objective, or if destroying some sort of like large asset like that is the objective. I wanted the starfighters themselves to lend to the idea of interceptors, protect the fighter bombers, having those different roles depending on if you're on defense or offense. And the hardpoint system is going to play into that a lot too. Even if everything is balanced on paper, the hardpoint system is going to introduce this whole aspect of customization that we want to make sure doesn't destroy the meta once we do have everything balanced.
hardpoints are weapons and defenses that you can choose as extra for your ship.
Yeah, I remember asking about the hardpoints on that stream before, and you mentioned that you could strap on all kinds of shit. Guns, boosters.
Yes,
Whatever you
all
feel
of that
like.
is definitely planned. Everything from passive hardpoints that just boost a stat to active offensive hardpoints to all sorts of different weaponry.
so
Jars of
kind
raspberry
of,
jam.
so kind of a la Elite Dangerous.
Hey!
Yeah, a little bit. Except that you don't have to like save up and purchase these things. Some of them will be unlockable stuff
Right.
that you would unlock by doing by hitting certain achievements and stuff. But once you have it forever, and you can swap them out even in the middle of the match. Just the way you can choose a different fighter, in the middle of a match every time you die or every time you land. You can pick a totally different loadout, totally different starfighter, whatever you want to use.
Yeah, you gotta see where is the game currently, and then choose weapons that suit what you currently need to do in the match.
Oh, nice shot, mate casserole.
Also,
Damn,
some of the
eggnog.
aspects
Shouldn't have
of the
suicided.
some of the aspects of that hardpoint system that I really want to
Yeah, right
emphasize is
into
the
it.
idea that the strike fighters and the fighter bombers will have fuselage mounts for hardpoints, and not just on the wings. So the fuselage mounted type of weaponry will be the really, really powerful stuff, including the stuff that's meant to attack capital ships. So interceptors won't even be able to have certain hardpoints that are only available to strike fighters, based on the idea that they're supposed to be the faster, more nimble, more defensive type of fighters with different options available, and kind of the way like in the Battlefield games, only the engineers can use like rocket launchers or bazookas and things like that.
Oh. But to tell you the truth, Battlefield series weren't the first ones to introduce that. I would think joint operations are actually the first ones, but I'm not
Yeah.
entirely sure on that
Oh, good game.
myself.
Yeah, some of the Ghost
Yeah,
Recons.
Joint operations was awesome back in the days. Too bad it's kind of forgotten.
Got dated.
You know, you bring up joint operations. There's some other, and the Rainbow. I heard somebody mention Rainbow Six. They're actually a big inspiration of ours too. We always talk about the idea that whatever first-person shooter games can do, we can probably replicate in a similar manner within Sector 13. And I love those like squad games, like the Rainbow Six games. I used to play a game called Freedom Fighters on the Xbox.
Oh,
Brilliant game.
ooh.
Brilliant.
Kind of
the way-
reminds me of Freedom Force, actually.
I loved the way you had these like little AI fighters that were fighting alongside you, and they actually really felt smart. They actually really felt like they would do what you wanted them to do as like a field commander. I mean, it was a third-person shooter, but you could put all of these little AI squad mates into different states. Like if you hit down on the controller or on the D-pad on the controller, I'd basically be telling them defend this spot, and you'd actually see a little glowing ring around wherever you were, and they'd all fan out and find cover and just try and defend the spot. Or you could highlight a target as you were shooting at it and then push up, which is basically saying, hey, go attack this. And they would do so in a very smart way. And I'd love to see that in Sector 13 too. I'd love to, when we have our AI system in place, I'd love to give you as a single player pilot an AI controlled squad to fly with that you could do similar simple states like that. You could basically tell them, protect my tail or protect my six, just keep anything that's trying to get behind me off of me. You could select an objective in the arena and say go attack that and have them hopefully do it intelligently. You could have them form up on you, just basically push left or right for different formations that would give you different offensive or defensive just put them in those types of stances along with you. I'd love to be able to. I'd love to see us get that system in place as well. A lot of people bring up single player. I want there to be single player, but this isn't the sort of game where it's ever going to be you versus, you know, you're never the last hope for the galaxy or anything like that. You're part of a giant war
thank
machine.
goodness.
Yeah, you're part of a giant war machine, and I want it to feel epic and with these huge battles that you're a part of, and that includes having real smart AI that helps.
I don't know about others, but I'm sick and tired of games where you are so conveniently the chosen one. Like, stop! I don't give a shit about this.
Chosen one.
This has gone far enough. Thanks, Elder Scrolls and all the other fucking series that are being praised for no good reason.
Fuss!
Roda.
Hey, my son just got Fallout 4 for Christmas yesterday. He's loving it.
Dude, Fallout 4 is amazing.
But it sure has some weird ideas, like, oh, how about the power armor within the first half an hour?
Yeah,
you
except
know,
you run out of the ability to use it pretty quick if that's what you do.
I guess they just wanted to give you a taste, huh?
Yeah, because once you run out of fusion core, it takes a while to find a new one again.
But it kind of doesn't make sense. The fusion cores were supposedly made to last forever, and here they only last for a couple of minutes, mostly.
Right. You find them powering these generators that have been running for centuries, and then they run for about 15 minutes in the power armor.
Either that power
Seriously?
armor is very buggy and it's in early access, or there's something that we don't know about these fusion cores.
It runs on the Uplay software.
Oh, that
God damn
explains it.
it! At least it's not Origin. Shit. Well, I landed, but not
Well,
exactly the
yeah.
way I wanted.
Oh yeah, the landing
Screaming and on
mechanic.
fire.
We wanted to make sure that landing mechanic was super simple. Just if you can survive to get back to your ACMC, you'll see
It's very simple. Just figure out which button on the keyboard it is, because it says press Y on the controller,
yeah.
and it's not connected.
It is Y on the keyboard too.
Oh,
it is
That's
shit.
the one. That's the one that it's actually the same on the.
However,
You gotta
if
be
you're
fucking kidding
using
me.
a PlayStation gamepad, that'd be the one time it's actually different.
Yeah, it'd be triangle. On
But
that
who
one.
cares about that anyway?
Hey, don't talk shit about PlayStation. It used to be good back in my days.
Used to be.
It has a very
Used
special
to.
place in my heart.
It still is. Go away, I need to change my shoes.
Grumpy, it's time to die.
Hey!
Eat it. Oh
I
man,
guess
that
I
wasn't
needed
me. That
to
was meat
slow down.
casserole.
Casserole.
Stole my kill.
So for some reason you can see the score tally if you hold enter, but not tab. Why is that?
I actually assigned tab.
That's
to-
Afterburner.
I assigned tab to Afterburner because that's what that's the key it is in the Wing Commander series.
Genius.
Oh, well, I can't say I ever played Wing Commander
What?
or any of the series.
You're missing out, man. Those were some great games.
I'm telling Mark Hamill on you.
I don't even know who that is.
Luke Skywalker, also
Oh.
a big actor in the Wing Commander series. In the
Oh yes, the Jedi that I don't care about. Darth Maul or Magna Guard.
He was in this little unknown indie film called Star Wars.
He's also the Joker in like every animated version of Batman ever.
he's the greatest Joker voice there ever was.
Oh yeah, it's Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. That's the animated Batman I grew up on. I loved that they brought them back for the games, the Arkham games.
Yeah.
I can't say I've beaten them yet, and I have them sitting for about a couple of years now.
I only ever beat the first one.
I came
remember-
out missing half my health.
Oh really?
Oh crap! Did you spawn right in front of like if you're flying the Orobine fighters? I need to fix this. We actually
Yeah, I'm constantly smashing into.
I already
something.
did. I
Yeah.
already fixed that. The next build will have that fixed.
Oh, okay, good.
Dude, Ryan, will the next build have my experimental Hell's Porch, or is it just this one with the ACMC's move?
Just
God
this
damn it, Grumpy!
season.
I want you dead.
Come on!
Stop
I wanna
running away
test
from me.
arena.
Ha ha ha. Death
I
before
mean, we can
dishonor.
use the new one. I'm just, I just don't know what, like we have so many different test scenes and stuff that are not organized in any discernible manner that I don't know what to use and what not to use.
Oh,
So
okay.
You're gonna have to show me or tell me or something.
Yeah, I'll show you which one it is in the Unity directory structure. It's just
The ones
I
with the
built
less
it off
bugs.
of this one. I just took this one and mostly played with the large modular assets. So I'm hoping it should function the same. I'm hoping I didn't break anything around the ACMC scripts or anything.
Ouch. Well, that was an interesting delay.
I'm actually,
I got hit by a rocket. A couple of seconds later, I fly up. I think there might be some syncing issues that might need to be checked out.
What? No, that was the gravity from the black holes.
It just works.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, that's it. Let's go
It
with
just works. It just barely works.
I'm actually surprised we've been playing this arena this long and it hasn't actually completely fallen down around our ears.
I think
Yeah,
that's
for
to do with the
for a
amount of
glitch
players.
chamber or whatever I call it before, glitch cluster. It doesn't seem to be glitching out too much.
that. Yeah, anybody having problems? Oh, Ryan, eat it!
Except,
Just as I tried to boost.
except just right now, when I was trying to go down, I think I accidentally turned on my experimental boosters on the bottom of my ship. Because I started going up instead of down.
We should have a special explosion when you die just as you afterburn. Because it's clear you're trying to get away from someone then, most of the time. And the
Space
bullet should
mushroom.
just kind of... It should rip a hole in space-time.
Oh, did I get you
Reality
after
or
I
something.
died with missiles?
No, I didn't see it that way. You shot me right in the face with a missile, and it knocked me sideways, and it killed me. And then you must have died a split second after that, or something. That was
I've learned with
that was
the
an
health
amazing
volley.
shot.
I've learned with the Hellfire to never be conservative with my missiles. It's like you're gonna die too fast and run out of missiles. Just shoot them. When I get a lock on, man, you're gonna see missiles
I am
out
just,
the wazoo.
I am just pounding
Wow.
you with missiles. Yeah, I'm the same way with the hell volley.
I always shoot missiles first and ask questions later.
That sounds about right.
Oh man!
Speaking of which, here goes the Batman.
Nice.
Kaboom!
Just after I boosted, again, I was trying to run to my ACMC to repair.
And then suddenly some asshole shows up and kills me.
Sounds
Then my
about
ass
right.
falls off.
Boom.
Time to die, Grump. No, come back.
No. No, no, no.
No, I die when I want.
Repair, 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 repair.
Oh, you
Yes.
just made it.
No, 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 no.
Ah!
No.
Speaking of Unity
Pretty
engine, actually, how easy is it to program a game like this on Unity?
I did it in an afternoon.
Oh, that just
On
sounds like
afternoon.
bullshit.
No, at Unity, when we first started out with Sector 13, I was convinced that rolling our own engine was the right way to go, and so that we could control the way everything worked from top to bottom. And what I slowly realized, was that you can spend all of your time building technology, or you can spend all of your time building a game. And we finally decided that we needed to actually build a game, and we switched. We had actually tried a couple of other engines prior to Unity, including XNA, which isn't really an engine, but it's a framework, and the Ogre 3D engine. The Unity engine is by far, out of all the engines that I've ever used and played around with, including the Unreal 4 engine, is by far the easiest to work with. It's all in C#, which is a slightly easier language in my opinion than C++. I did C++ early in my career a lot, but I have since fallen in love with C#. And so from a programming standpoint, it's a lot easier. From an editor standpoint, everything is visual, so it really gives a lot of power to the artists and the designers who don't have to be programmers to make some really cool shit. So yeah, I can't say enough good things about Unity.
Sounds pretty good. If you're a developer watching this, here's some good news. Unity is good for you.
Yeah, it'll cure your illnesses.
Diabetes
I-
not included.
Right.
I, as an artist, have actually gotten into Unity quite a bit. Since I use applications like 3D Studio Max and 3D apps like that, it's actually pretty similar once, like the way you would navigate within a scene and the way you would actually place objects and things. It's real intuitive, even on the art side. I don't do any programming at all, but I can still, with some practice, I was still able to get assets into the Unity engine, set them up as prefabs, get them hooked up to the different scripts and things that Ryan created for engines and missiles and weapons. And
What's that Unity plugin? It's like visual scripting that allows you to do just about anything you need. And
Yeah,
it's
there's
just
a couple of different ones that people have written. I haven't used them a whole lot, but I know that there's a few of them that are pretty good in the Unity Asset Store. And that's the other powerful thing about Unity, is that a lot of people have written what amount to plugins and extra assets that you can just purchase, or some of them are even free. That you can just plug right into your game. It is entirely possible to write an entire game or to make an entire game without having to write a single line of code.
As seen.
Holy shit.
there's a couple guys at my work that are doing exactly that. There's this,
And there's like
there's this guy at my work that loves the Bethesda games. He loved the Elder Scrolls games and stuff. So he purchased this like
I feel
entire.
sorry for him.
Hey, everybody's got their thing, right? He purchased this entire like medieval village from the asset store, and purchased basically like a first-person walk-around, first-person style, not shooter, but like the Bethesda style, interact with things and swing a sword type of. It was all prefab. Just bought it all, slapped it together, and started building his own little like medieval mini game. He hits me up every day, constantly about just not every day, but whenever I see him, just with questions on our experience with Unity and how we solve certain problems. Because he was disappointed to find out that he couldn't just walk up to a house, open the door, walk right in. That the insides of the houses and the outsides of the houses in the village were actually two separate prefabs, or two separate like aspects to the engine. That sounds like it would be just about right? Like,
Yeah.
if you want to go inside a house, it would have to load
It depends on how the engine works.
If
I mean,
it's
like out, yeah.
the new Fallout engine, if you're on PC, a lot of the buildings are considered the same load as the overworld.
Either that or you just don't notice it happening, right? The memory management is such that it gets the inside of the building loaded
There's a number of different
kind of
ways that you can do
predictively.
that.
It can kind of tell, hey, that he's about to enter this structure, and
In the Bethesda engine that they use,
which,
every location is a cell. Even the exterior areas are a grid of cells, and they load as you walk through the environment. They stream in, and then when you go into like an interior cell, those go through a loading screen because you can't stream it in from a distance. Really, you have to. And then there's other games that, like Halo, for example. None of the interior areas require a load screen. They probably use something like BSP trees or something to actually load areas, and they cleverly hide the entrances behind, having to go around a corner, so that you don't see the objects around the corner actually popping in as
they
they
still
load.
do it a lot in Destiny. There's all these winding hallways that you wonder why do I have to turn left, turn right, turn left?
Yeah,
That's
it's
a good
because
point.
they're streaming in the geometry you can't see
Yep.
yet.
Why do I have to pass the Minas labyrinth? Or
Yeah,
whatever it's
it's like-
called.
It doesn't make any sense that this building would have like 4 sharp left and right turns to go down this hallway, but they're hiding the.
4
but they're
sharp left
loading in the
turns.
next
You're
area.
walking in circles.
Drew, are you still playing Destiny back then?
That kind of explains a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Destiny, though.
Oh man.
When's
Dude,
Destiny coming
you
to
must have been
PC?
half dead because I
'Cause
just winged you slightly right there.
Yep.
You blew up in my face.
I almost had Mr. Sage.
What
Sorry, kids,
But
I
then
already
I
had him.
escaped.
what console are you guys playing Destiny on?
I'm on Xbox.
One.
I
Alright.
don't
Xbox
play
One.
at all.
Yeah.
I don't play video games. I hate them.
Well, actually, you play a lot of retro games, right? On your channel?
Yeah, mostly the old stuff that nobody cares about anymore because they're not cool and hip like Final Fantasy and Legend of Zelda and such.
Hey, I still play those games.
I am so
I don't
excited
really care about
for the
this.
7 remake. I hate saying it, but I am.
Hate
Yeah, I'm
saying, well,
wondering.
you're excited or you're not
Oh, I
excited.
am beyond excited for it.
Yeah, I am beside myself. I've had a boner ever since I heard it. Like I had to go to the doctor and tell him this thing has been up here for more than
For
4
more than
hours.
4 hours.
You have a
Licking
case
the
of
Final Fantasy box.
being a bit of a gamer.
Yes.
Are they going to finally give that game's soundtrack like the full orchestral treatment? Because that was all MIDI back in the original, right?
And
Yeah,
it was
there
still
have
good.
since been it's the best soundtrack of any video game ever. And there have been many orchestrations of it over the years by professional orchestras and
Stop flying around me, you bastard.
Isn't the reason why isn't the reason why Crisis Core couldn't get ported over to the Vita because it was orchestral and they couldn't get the rights to it again?
oh, I have no idea.
Oh, speaking of, do you guys have the sound turned on this game?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Because you got to turn it on. You have to turn it on sometimes. It doesn't play automatically. You just hear the sound effects, but not the music.
Oh. Yeah,
There is music in this game.
Yeah, I
Music
did
kinda
notice
went
that the
away.
music didn't feel like turning on this time.
I'm ashamed to admit, but I didn't know that. I thought we had turned that off entirely until Ryan implemented the new Q-based.
I haven't implemented the Q-based
Yeah,
music
you have-
system yet. So
you have to toggle-
there's very little music in the game so far, but we have a lot of amazing music for this game.
Which is coming soon to actually be interactive with what's going on for you,
Coming
the player.
soon, that's trademark.
Yes.
Well, working on it fast as we can.
Oh.
It would help if people would kickstart us, so that we could do it full time and go a lot faster.
Intent.
That would.
Just saying. Just,
Hey, how we doing anyway? What did it look like last time? Yesterday.
We
I
haven't
think
quite.
we're at 115 backers now.
115 backers? It sounds like you could use extra exposure.
Yeah, we need about 4,000 more backers.
Oh.
That's all.
Well,
Oh, that's not a whole lot. There's only 7 billion people to choose from.
It's the whole chicken and the egg thing. It's like we have no marketing budget at all. because-
Sounds kind of like my channel's advertising career.
yeah,
Yeah, you guys know how hard it is to get eyeballs on your content, to get to shout loud enough to get through all of the other noise.
Yeah, it really is difficult to get through all the noise. Doesn't matter who you are and what you do.
exactly. You know, Reddit helps a little bit, and I mean,
Yeah, but it's
only
Reddit.
so
Let's be
much.
honest.
Only
Let's be
so
honest.
much.
It's
It's
just
a lot of
Reddit.
noise all in its own.
if you're not
Yeah.
if you're not playing Halo or Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto, you're not getting any views.
Or Minecraft.
Or Minecraft.
Yeah.
Don't
or
forget
Five
the
Nights at Freddy's
Minecraft.
or whatever.
Gotta put them blocks and shit.
Thing is, I mean, if we got kickstarted, we could afford a marketing budget, but we need a marketing budget to get kickstarted. It's the whole chicken and the egg.
Well, hopefully my whole whopping 3 views today gets you a couple kickstarts.
No, we love the YouTubers and the Let's Players. Absolutely love it. I think that you guys wield far more influence than you realize, and we love playing with you guys. And
Well, I do know that some of my subscribers will definitely see the video, but I don't know if they're gonna do anything about it.
I mean,
right now I'm happy with them seeing us. You know, we would love to be seen.
Yeah, I guess it's just good enough if they just talk about the game. They don't have to give you the money.
look at Donald Trump. He ain't paying for anything. The media's just doing it for him.
Yep.
It's the same
Yeah, but-
concept. Same
Yeah, but-
concept.
Well,
Yeah, but-
minus
man.
like attacking racist comments stuff.
Plus,
matter.
he doesn't really need all the money. I mean, he can just take a loan if he needs a loan of $1 million.
Yeah.
A little loan, a little loan.
A
Small
small
loan.
It's a very small loan.
Well, we'll see.
Very small loan that would feed me for life.
And that
We just
billion
need to
dollars.
get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
Either it happens fast or it happens slow, but we're
Well, either way, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time, I think.
Yeah, the amount of money that could feed me for life is like a night out on the town with him and one of his girlfriends.
Sounds interesting.
So, what do you guys think of the game? I'd love to hear your criticisms, especially.
Oh, the criticisms. Oh, this is my favorite part. Oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna let Victor go first.
Suggestions.
Tear us a new one.
Just as I was about to tear a new one, I got torn apart by a spaceship. I guess the game is kind of self-aware. Well, the first thing I could probably pick on is the most obvious one. The graphics, they're not bad, but they are definitely not up to standard for today. But I don't care about that. That's the problem. Most of the people nowadays, you probably will pick on the graphics for being shit, but I'm kind of used to this kind of stuff, so I don't really care about it.
Yeah, it's. I would say it is definitely a little bit dated. The other thing too is that we haven't put a whole lot of effort into our lighting and shading system either. So
Yeah, so
I think the one thing that
it's
we
probably
excel
not
at,
the highest priority as well.
right?
Well, we're using all the latest modern techniques to build the assets when it comes to modeling, textures, etc. But the game itself needs to support, a lot more shaders and lighting techniques and things like that. So, as we get more of that in programmatically, you'll see the game improve visually quite a bit. Things like detailed textures and levels of detail and stuff like that. None of that is in yet, but it will be.
Awesome. Can't wait to see how the looks will develop over the time. Who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe it'll start looking a lot better than Joint Operations by the end.
I'm very proud of our art, which I know art is not the same as graphics because we aren't using a lot of modern graphics techniques.
Well, despite all the things looking a little ugly, they still look pretty nice nonetheless. Like all the objects, they kind of make sense when you look at them. There's a station, kind of makes sense, I guess. I don't really know how stations work in space, so it makes sense to me. Maybe to NASA it would be kind of a bullshit thing, but I don't know.
That's why we have Grumpy. He makes things make sense for us.
even the fact that we have wings on the starfighters, we're gonna go with what's fun, what's relatable, and what we think is cool over them. What would it really look like, or what would it really be like?
Hence why you put the flames on the hell for you, whatever thing it's called again.
Well, even the fact that
So close.
physics. People ask us a lot about physics.
Oh yeah, that is a good question. What about them space physics?
The thing is if the physics make the game less fun, we're not going to use realistic physics.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, in space, it kind of makes sense. There isn't a whole lot of physics to work with. There's a bit of gravity, I guess, but most of the time there isn't much in space.
It's all inertia in space. Everything's inertia, and
Yeah.
so using pure Newtonian physics is fun in certain simulators if you're a hardcore simulator nerd, which I am.
But for that, you should go play Space Engineers and blow up your computer in the process.
Right,
Kerbal.
or
Kerbal.
Star Citizen, or what's it called, Elite Dangerous. I mean, those are hardcore simulators. They also
Oh, wait. I know just the perfect simulator. Battle Cruiser Millennium. If you know what it is, congratulations, your life sucked.
Terrible.
I mean, all of those games. The problem with them is that they require a pilot's license to be any good at them. So
In Battle Cruiser Millennium, you have to be in the right mindset, which is abso-fucking-lutely insane to actually play it. The control scheme in that fucking game makes no sense. You have to steer with insert and delete. Who the fuck does that?
What?
arrow keys. I don't think there's any of those on the keyboard.
Good thing I don't have to use scroll lock for anything. That would be just fucking ridiculous.
See, that's when the developers want to physically injure you for playing their game. We
And
want
then
to.
they add support for Xbox controllers. With all the shit they add in the game that needs about 6 pages of just the cheat sheet to cover, I can't imagine how many combinations we managed to put on the controller.
Fire your basic lasers with Control Alt F4 delete.
Oh.
Which one is it gonna do first? Kill the game or call up the task manager? Shit, I seem to be just flying around now like a dumbass. I need to find someone to kill.
Carnae, I'd love to hear your thoughts, man.
Honestly, I don't have anything against this game except for the space potatoes. And that's just, that's just like basic early on game. I mean, I went into this expecting a pre-alpha build, and that's what I got, but I got a little bit more than that. You know,
That's exactly it. You
feels-
can't really complain about the game in its current state because there isn't much to complain about.
I'd say my biggest concern right now is you guys having fun.
And I'm absolutely having fun. If this was to release on the Xbox One in the early release section, I would give you money for it right now. As it is.
That's really nice to hear.
I would torrent the game.
You're like, I would put in effort to pirate.
Knowing you like I do, I'm gonna take that as a huge compliment.
Well, I mean, it's good enough that
effort
you would
that
go
it
through
takes
the
to
effort
torrent.
to torrent it.
I just hope it's on top of the download list.
Just go to Demonoid. It'll be fine if it's on Demonoid.
I would
For
be
Pirate
willing to
Bay.
put serious effort into pirating them.
Which is a huge compliment.
I'll take it.
You're, yeah. If it's
Well,
worth torrenting,
I'm having fun too, despite not being very good at this game.
You know, I always encourage people to play this with a gamepad. I think it's just it's definitely just the better experience, in my opinion. I've never been very good mouse keyboard player to begin with.
I'm
I
gonna be
tried
honest.
using gamepads before on flight games, but that doesn't seem to work for me. It's keyboard only or nothing for me.
I'm gonna be honest. Drew sent me the controls for this game. I didn't even look at them. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah?
I'm gonna do
I kinda
this.
looked
I'm
at
gonna
'em.
do it.
I
That's good.
kinda looked at them, but well, I forgot some of them.
I planned
That's
that.
great if you're flying, having fun, if you've mastered like the boost mechanic and everything else without even having to look. That's
The
that's
thing
a big-
is, I didn't want to look because I wanted to go into it thinking, how quickly is somebody who's never played this going to be able to pick it up?
yes, accessibility. Accessibility was a huge thing that I'm always evangelizing. Is the fact that I've heard critics, blast games like Elite Dangerous because they're like, I played this game for 2 hours and I can finally dock with a PlayStation. I can finally dock with my space station.
Oh God!
Oh
it took me
please, they're a
so
bunch
long
of
to learn
pansies.
that.
We should play fucking Battle Cruiser Millennium. It takes Seriously, no, really, seriously, it took me, what was it, 8 years to figure out how to steer the fucking ship.
That
I'm
is
not
exactly what
kidding.
I'm looking for, though, was a low commitment game. You know, especially as a 38-year-old guy, 2 kids and a mortgage, I like to pick up a game and I want to be immediately having some fun until I run out of time and can walk away without any sort of psychological addiction or I feel like games today are out to like
They're out to get my blood.
get them to be your one and only, kind of the way Destiny's done to me.
Yeah, they're out
And
to
it's
compete
like,
for your
just
life.
no commitment. Have fun with your friends. You know, go on Reddit or go on Skype or whatever, and let all your buddies know. Hey, I'm hosting a session of Sector 13. Get about 10 guys in there, blow each other up for a half hour, have a blast. That's not to say that we're not going to have a progression system and all that. We absolutely will have pilot profiles and a progression system and unlocks and achievements and everything else that you would expect from a modern game like this.
It's the typical easy to learn how to master this type of things. You should be able to pick it up very easily,
Ouch.
but then you'll find all the finessing you can
Grumpy
get.
man, you're really quiet. Really
Yeah,
coming.
pretty low today.
Feeling down.
I haven't taken my ups yet.
God damn.
My
Did you-
drug
Oh,
dealer's
great.
on
I
Christmas
guess
vacation.
I locked onto myself. It keeps happening, and I'm not even in Battlecruiser Millennium. Not to harp on that game too much. It is quite fun once you get into the control scheme
Well, it is
to
quite
just
fun
find
8
many
years
ways
later.
to die.
Tomorrow on Reddit. So there's a Kickstarter for Battle. Millennium. Battlecruiser Millennium.
Rebuilt.
Ah, no, they already got their HD edition. It's called Universal Combat.
Harebrained Schemes is trying
Oh
to
crap!
do
I just had my
another
first
HD
major
version.
bug. This arena stayed really, really stable. Whoever is hosting this, but I just had my first major glitch.
I smashed into somebody's ship, and I think we both died.
It was me.
Banzai!
Yeah.
I got you from a ways away with that one.
Yeah, I was going after. I foolishly let myself be out in open space like that for way too long. That's a good way to get missiles fired from a mile away.
I was using
Maybe just-
bullets.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hell volley, the bullets are really accurate and powerful. I mean, earlier I think I can't remember who I was chasing down, but I had already overheated my gun and I was just chasing them down with one bullet at a time.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole role of the Hell Volley. But it has no shield, so you know
Fuck.
you're gonna die a lot in it,
It
but
just-
you're gonna have fun doing it.
Did I just blow up the entire station? Why is there so much debris?
Oh, you
one of
got
our-
that bug.
That's one of our favorite bugs, where you load into enough parts to build an aircraft carrier.
I mean, it would be kind of awesome if you could blow up space stations like that. That black hole is looking at me menacingly.
Guys, I will be right back. It sounds like my children are trying to murder each other outside of my office here.
Oh, sounds like
nice.
everyday's kids.
One of them has a gun.
No, it's Florida.
Hey.
You guys joke around, but at Christmas dinner yesterday, my niece, my cousin's daughter, literally set the tablecloth on fire. So
What
Jeez.
kind of kids do you have?
The best kind?
Florida man.
I was on
Alright,
Reddit
it's one of those
yesterday.
American things.
I was on Reddit yesterday and I saw a post and it started with Florida man and I'm like, ah shit, what do we do today? And then it says stops an armed robbery by shooting the robber and I'm like, alright.
Oh, first time it's actually good.
Yeah, we actually we did something good. Good for us.
A guy I used to work with actually is friends with the guy who started Florida Man.
Oh
The man's
jeez.
Twitter account.
What people don't know about Florida man is that the reason why Florida sounds like it has so many crimes versus other states is we have a law known as the Sunshine Law, which means that the media can get access to any police report at any time. for
Oh, I didn't know
anything.
that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yep.
And
That
so
sounds
it
tip-top.
sounds like we have way more crime than any other state, even though we have a fairly low crime rate. It's just you can hear about anything happening.
Yeah, the report. Yeah,
So they
They have
the
the
media
most
must be
standard
pretty bored
reporting.
then.
They are
just
super
scan
bored
for
here.
every stupid little crime thing that will make people laugh or sigh or whatever.
Well, they say a
We
lot
had
of.
we had nothing to write about for about 2 months. What should we do? Let's have a look at our catalog here. Oh, a cat got stuck in the tree. Write about that right now.
It's more like guy runs down the freeway naked wielding a gun.
Ah, no, sounds
And-
Made out
and-
of
Realistic.
pistachio nuts. Old
Given how
blue.
many places I've lived, I could honestly say that would be a headline in a lot of states if
Yep.
they were able to get a hold of that. Like where I lived in Connecticut beforehand, oh yeah, no, that was plausible.
You seem to
In Connecticut, really?
Oh yeah, people don't
dying a
know
lot
Connecticut's
faster than
full of
usual.
some weird people, dude.
Like it's usually the calmest places that have the weirdest gun.
You're
Oh,
either
the weirdest drug.
you're either
things.
really
People are
rich or really crazy. There's two types of people there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I always associated Connecticut with rich people.
And it is. There's two types. But the beautiful thing about Connecticut too is that a ghetto and a really rich community could literally be on the same street. Like you hit a stop sign and that stop sign wasn't telling you to stop for traffic, it was telling you to stop and turn back.
That's funny. That's the way it
Whoa
was
there,
in
buddy.
Detroit. Did you guys ever see that movie 8 Mile with Eminem?
I think
Yeah.
everybody's seen that at
Yeah.
one point, yeah.
That movie is so named because 8 Mile is the divide between the ghetto and like the moderately wealthy people. And it's night and day. Like either side of the street, like one side of the street is all like super rundown ghetto and the other side of the street is all like really nice houses.
We have a street like that here in Melbourne. It's called what is it? University Ave.
Yeah,
It's not really
University
like that.
University Square Mall here in Tampa is the ghetto mall.
That sounds about right. I was just in Ybor City in February.
Oh, nice.
I would love to live in Ybor in comparison to Melbourne.
Ybor is it's a pretty interesting city. They actually have the best sushi place in the world there in Ybor.
Yes.
How do I keep dying from one hit? What the hell is going on?
No shield.
Somebody's health.
No shield. How do I die from one hit then if I don't have a shield? That makes no goddamn sense.
It's space armor. It's made out of paper.
Yeah, but the smaller ship with shields, when the shields go down, it takes a few more hits to die. So what the hell is going on with the bigger ones? What, are we made out of paper?
Yes,
Yes.
it's the health volley.
Son of a bitch.
I have learned
Made out
this.
of it's made out of the tears of your enemies.
Sadly, my enemies don't cry much, so I'm a little weak.
Tears of laughter.
Oh, then I should be flying a dreadnought at this point.
Right?
Oh, I'm not getting a whole lot of kills anymore. It's like I spawn in and I get one-shotted all the fucking time. Give me a break.
I don't even know where anybody is. I've lost everyone. Oh, there we go.
This arena is actually too big for the number of players we have right now. This arena is
Yeah.
really
Could have fooled me.
Gentlemen, I apologize, but I have to go.
Oh, it's
Yeah, we've been playing for an hour and a half almost.
Oh yeah, yeah.
really? Wow.
Oh, well, time flies by real fucking fast.
It does when you're having fun.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Yeah, it does go fast when things don't suck.
So, Carnae
Yeah.
and Haldar, I really
Yeah.
appreciate it, guys. Shoot me an email. Let me know if you ever want to play again. If you ever want another session or anything like that. We're doing this quite often, so anytime.
You guys have a session. I want in.
Sure thing. Sure thing. There's a couple coming up tomorrow and over the next couple days. So,
Well,
be
I'll
sure to
join
ping.
in as well, but I won't be recording then, because I'll probably be all out of space.
Okay.
Understood. But I'll
Uh,
ping you guys and let you know.
Same schedule you emailed out.
Yes, definitely. Those sessions are on. Some of them are getting really full, especially the one tomorrow and Monday. But there will be more. There
Is
are
there still
people.
one at 1 today?
Actually, nobody signed up for the 1 o'clock today.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to send out
There
an
was
email
one
to
at
the
1
team.
o'clock? What the hell?
Yeah, 10 o'clock and 1 o'clock we had open today, but nobody asked for the 1 o'clock. However, like 5 or 6 people asked for the one Sunday. I had to push some to Monday, and then there's a couple for Tuesday as well. So
Well,
I'll
I
let
mean,
you guys know.
Yeah.
I think I may have found a interesting bug. I'm not sure
See you again.
if it is a bug, but if you look at the leaderboard, you may notice that there may be a little too many deaths.
Yes,
For
that
some
is
of the
that is
people.
definitely a bug. The death count is way blown out of proportion.
Um,
The kills should be correct. So if you just look at the kills column, that should be pretty accurate.
I don't know.
Yeah, the kill count makes sense. The death count, I don't remember dying 400 times.
Yeah, I do.
I think the death bug is you get a death for every person who's in the match every time you stoop aside. So if there's 10 people in the match, you
Ouch.
stoop aside, it counts as 10 deaths. I think that's what the bug is. It's pretty great.
that is an amazing bug.
It is a fantastic bug. I'm thinking of not fixing it.
Am I the only one with a positive score?
You might be.
Yeah, you are.
Take that, you son of a bitch.
Well done. All right, guys, I need to bounce as well, but thank you so much for playing with us today, and we look forward to seeing this video on your channels.
Oh yeah, it was.
Alright, good.
It was beyond
Well-
fun, and
Well, we'll see you in the next 2 years.
Yeah. When we've got a little bit more to show off, we'll definitely have you back.
yeah, absolutely.
And whenever I actually finish making the video. It always takes me too fucking long. I don't know.
Dude, I'm the same way. It takes it's so tedious and it takes up so much time.
That's why I like streaming, because once I'm done doing all this, it's there.
Yeah. Yeah, in this sort of format, you don't have to do a whole lot of editing. You just sort of pop it on there.
Right, because there's nothing I wanted to cut out. We're constantly going this whole
Yeah.
stream. So
Yeah, and I don't really have a choice. I have to do some modifications on my voice. I gotta do other shit.
I gotcha. Yeah, I guess it all depends on what the sort of your signature for your channel is.
yeah,
Which I'm currently breaking right now.
yeah, it is a little out there, but sometimes you just need something new and fresh. Maybe it'll bring some more people in, and they'll stick around because they want to watch you play the retro games.
Okay, what? I think I just found another bug.
Oh boy.
I was just casually flying through space when suddenly I see somebody die, and because of that, I died too.
Oh,
I saw Casserole Man explode into the station, and that also killed me.
That's weird
you
because
get hit
I just left the game, and so I guess when I left, my ship didn't get the memo.
yeah, that could actually be. That's
You ejected from the ship, but the ship was still flying.
That should be a permanent thing, where when somebody leaves a match or they get DC'd, the ship keeps going, but they get like ejected.
Yeah.
They show like a little ejector seat with a parachute as well.
That would be
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. Space capsule.
Parachute.
Oh, like in James Bond.
yeah.
I like where
It
this
like
is going.
parachutes into the black hole.
I expect to see that encoded at some point in one of the later videos.
Yes. So great.
I can't wait to see when that happens. Hell, why not just the Myrmidon from Hawks as well? Why not?
Indeed.
That oversized boat of a beast is quite fun to blow up in Hawks. Why not blow it up in space? Call it Myrmidon 2. The Myrmidoning. It's come back for your soul.
Great. Guys, it was a pleasure playing with you guys today.
It was fantastic, guys. I was glad to be along.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it was pretty good too. So let's close it off then. Considering that I'll probably make this into something, well, special. What do we think of this game? I think it has many potentials, and it sure needs a bit more work, but no, that's pretty much the staple of today. I think it's pretty good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And it does definitely have a long way to go. We've got at least a year of development left on it. Still plenty of bugs, but we're trying to lock in the actual look and feel of the gameplay, and trying to have some fun with it up front.
Yeah, you definitely got the accessibility down. Now you just need to work on it.
Yep, definitely.
But I do think you need to get those other ships in and maybe some extra loadouts or something.
Totally.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the hell out of this game. I can't wait to play some more with you guys, and I'm really excited for when it comes out. And hopefully, the viewers who do end up seeing this today do take a look at the Kickstarter link. They take a look at the page that I'm going to link down there that has all the information for the game, and they check it out on Greenlight.
Awesome.
I think this has pretty good potential for being the next big Hawks, except in space.
Yeah,
I
would,
agree.
that's exactly what we're going for. That would
And
be-
I think fans of Hawks will definitely find this enjoyable whenever they actually gain access to it.
yeah.
Or people
Can't
who
wait
got-
till that happens, like maybe an open beta or something.
Yeah, definitely. We expect if development goes the way we expect, and it never does, but if it does, we're hoping to be at a full feature complete alpha by July, with an open beta maybe starting in November.
Oh,
So we're gonna hope to release sometime in first quarter of 2017.
It's not a long shot. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, so we'll see how close we can stick to that schedule. It all depends on how much funding we get, how many artists we can hire full time, how many programmers we can hire full time, with any funding. So, but yeah,
that makes me tingle.
indeed. I mean, how could it not? All right, guys. Have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you real soon.
And
Yeah,
happy
you too.
Kwanzaa to you all.
Yes, indeed. See you guys later.
See you around.